In this video, we find out if you can last 2 minutes.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in today's video, I want to discuss a type of team that you can build in Hero Wars, in Herowarsmobile, that effectively allows you to win by not winning. Let me explain. In the background of this video playing right now is what is called a timeout team. Now, a lot of you don't realize that whenever you're fighting in the arena, in the grand arena, in the cross-server tournament, all of those, you have 2 minutes to defeat the defending team. And if the defending team lasts those 2 minutes, that defending team wins. And you can see in this video that my Kark team does not beat this team in particular with, Ziri, Rufus, Marcus, Lilith, and Thea. And this is just one example of a defensive team, a defensive lineup. There are ways to counter this. There definitely are ways to counter this. But what if we threw a new pet into the mix? So we have a new pet named Axel being added to the game later on today. It is middle of September. If you're watching this video for the first time elsewhere, for those of you that don't know about pets, they augment your team and a single hero. And Axel has a string of really interesting abilities that will help you out on defense and to protect your squishy targets. First of all, Axel's ultimate ability will spread all damage across all allies when activated, and specifically it states Alex applies a shield on the entire team. The shield distributes physical and magical damage taken between all the heroes proportional to their remaining health. So if one of your heroes' health is critically low and the enemy team attacks that hero, an active shield will help that hero survive. Most of the incoming damage will be taken by heroes who have more health. It doesn't say anything about pure damage. However, this is an article on the official Facebook page. The actual skill description may end up being different. So that's skill 1. It will effectively distribute any big hits done to a single target across the entire team. So as a team pet, this will counter Yasmin teams, this will counter Ishmael teams, this will counter Jew teams, this will counter any team that relies on single big hits or multiple large big hits, but infrequent. For example, Kark, this will probably counter Kark teams pretty effectively. The second skill, less interesting but still potent. You gain access to the second skill when you when you promote a pet to the green tier. Axel grows a magical seaweed under an ally with the lowest health. That seaweed activates when healing is first received. And what happens is, effectively this will increase the healing done to weak heroes, low health heroes. Sometimes this is your damage dealer, sometimes this is a hero, maybe your tank that just took a critical hit. And this is an effective skill to have to, keep your team alive. Another great skill provided to a defensive team. And then finally, the patronage skill. The patronage skill becomes active whenever your pet is promoted to Violet, and this is called Defensive Blood. And this patroned hero, Axel protects the owner from powerful attacks. The higher the power stat of the Axel pet, the better the protection. When Alex is maxed out, this skill does not allow you to take damage that is more than 45% of the hero's maximum health. So effectively, it effectively blocks out a huge chunk of damage. A huge chunk of damage. Pretty effective. So let's take a look back at our timeout team. And just looking at this one, for example, Axel can patronage to Rufus, Marcus, or Thea. So you have two of our frontline tank heroes. Rufus, who is, brought in most often to counter magical damage teams. He does have a large health pool, very high strength. He can be kind of squishy against physical attacking heroes, but, if you got him built enough, he could be okay. This could protect Rufus against physical attackers. Marcus, being the healer that's second in line there, being an upfront healer, this could protect Marcus, keep him healing your team longer, keep him sending out that invulnerable shield longer. And then, of course, Thea in the back. Thea being in the back makes, is susceptible to Jorgen's leper skill, susceptible to Jew and other big single target damage like Cornelius, maybe that affects if Thea has the highest intelligence on the team. Axel could potentially protect your Thea, your Rufus, your Marcus on this team, for example, from big hits, from those big ultimates from the attacking team, like a Kark or a Faceless, or like I mentioned, any single target hero that does massive damage. Ju, Yasmin, Ishmael, that kind of thing. As we take a look at other heroes that can have Axel as a patron pet, you can see that Aurora, Astaroth, and Rufus, I believe, are the only tanks. And Marcus is kind of a tank, but not really. So of those, I don't know that I would use Axel on Aurora. Aurora, you really want to take damage. You don't want to prevent the damage. So I don't think I would do that. But you can see here that it's a lot of magical heroes. And in fact, the bonus stats that Axel provides is magic attack and armor, which is kind of a weird bonus, unless it's magical armor. And this is just a typo. I'm not actually sure why magic attack and armor are the way to go. I guess it's because it's for those. Magical tanks is the first idea for this. But as you look at some of these other heroes, you can see some other ideas emerge. What if you put this on Krista? Krista already is extremely tanky, and Krista has her ice block ability that prevents damage to her after she takes so much damage. What if that ice block took longer to trigger? What about Orion? Orion is noticeably weak versus attacking Satori teams. This could help. This could help defend your Orion against Satori. I'm not sure how well that would work, but it could. You can see Cornelius on here. Noticeably, though, Cornelius is a big counter hero to high intelligence heroes such as Lars or Celeste or Thea. Also, other heroes that are here. So Cornelius does one really large hit to the enemy with the highest intelligence, and you can patron Axel to Lars, you can patron Axel to Celeste or Thea and protect them from Cornelius's big hit. You could. I mean, that's probably what that's probably what you're going to see a ton of. Kind of going on from there. There's a lot of opportunity here. You can throw. You can throw your Axel on any tanky hero, such as a Jorgen, or, I already mentioned Marcus. Heidi would be an interesting example, because Heidi does have that little bit of dodge. Jet is kind of weak there in the back, being exposed maybe to an attacking Jew would be a great choice. A lot of great choices here for Axel. A lot of great choices, and I'm very excited to see what the community comes up with when it comes to this new pet. So, generally speaking, and just to kind of wrap this video up, generally speaking, defensive timeout teams, they don't often work. Especially the one that I've showed a couple of times here. It's 2 to 3 tanks plus 2 to 3 healers. Maybe you swap out a tank for a support hero like a Nebula or a Sebastian or something like that. But typically these teams are easily countered by just removing your tank and then adding in another damage dealer, or adding in somebody to counter the health gain like Celeste, or adding more silences in, or adding more speed ups in. Lots of great ways to counter these teams, but let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this pet. Do you have a defensive timeout team that you use? I would love to hear it in the comment section down below. I think that pets add an interesting dynamic to Facebook fights that makes you think. But I sure do wish that they would tone down the overpoweredness at some times. But on screen now, I've got a couple other pet videos that I'd love for you to take a look at if you've got some time. Check those videos out. Let me know what you think about those in the comment section down below as well. But if you don't want to watch them, that's fine as well. Just watching this video is more than enough for me. And please consider liking the video. If you do, it does help get this video in front of other new Hero Wars players just like yourself. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.